Top of the evening to you folks. We are back. We're glad to be back. And we just want to say, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Been doing this for a while. I think we're on about episode 68, 69, maybe. Don't know. And anyways, if you've been enjoying it, just take a quick second, give us a like, give us a subscribe. All you need is a Gmail account, and everybody's got one of those. You okay, Drums?
Mm-hmm.
You better be. Let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Kingdom. As always, my name is Drums, and I'm joined by the brothers behind Kngdom, Regan and Jordan Headley. We haven't been up there in a couple weeks. We'll see what's going on. We got some juggling acts of phones going on already. So, what else is going on up there, Reg? How you doing, buddy?
Fellas, not bad. A little tired. Spent the entire day yesterday. It seemed like shoveling. Actually, for the last 2 weeks, for that matter. But yesterday was absolutely insane. I don't know if I've ever seen this much snow in Dauphin ever. We actually went for a drive this evening and just cruised around and looked at, like, the rink parking lot is like 15 feet high around the whole perimeter. Like, it's insane. But
things to do in Reggie's life.
Well, no, we had to run to the store, so we figured we'd go for a tour past there. But anyways, I'm on antibiotics round 4 for this tooth, so that's good. I came into Brandon that day, Drums, and drove all the way in there, and the dentist conveniently said that there was nothing he could do that day, or the surgeon. So basically just come back in March. Thanks for coming to Brandon today. So it's twice that's happened with that tooth that I've gone in, and he's literally said, you didn't have to come in today. Like, okay, right on.
Like, didn't look at it at all?
No.
What?
So he just looks at it as soon as, he just looks at the chart as soon as he walks in the room, and then he's like, oh, well, you didn't have to come in at all for this. Okay, right on.
Does he not have email or what?
Anyways, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of rattling. But anyway, so I'm on antibiotics, and started them yesterday. Finally, I knew I was going to drink last weekend, so I waited a little bit till I started them. So I started them on Monday, and I took it to work today. Sorry, I thought I took it to work today to take. Get there, not in my pocket. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. Anyways, I probably just left them at home. Get home at 5 o'clock. And I'm walking down the driveway, and I just see this shrapnel on the driveway. So they fell out of my pocket this morning, and Easton ran them over.
Oh, really?
So just like, I saved like 4 pills so I can make it through till tomorrow, but I'll have to get some new ones, I guess. But just pill dust everywhere all over the driveway. Unbelievable.
Out there snorting the snow.
So that's how things are up here.
Jor, what's going on, buddy?
Top of the evening to you, boys. We're back. We haven't had many breaks, but last week it's kind of got away from us.
I can't even remember what happened.
I returned home from Alberta. I was there for a little visit. Saw Auntie Kim there. Shout out to Auntie Kim. So we went out to Pincher Creek, had a good couple days there. Did some snowshoeing, did a little hike up Bear Hump, it's called. Pretty sketchy because it was all frozen snow. It was like it rained, frozen rain the day before, so it was all slippery and a pretty steep mountain. And anyways, we made her, me and Dad. But I got back, and day after we got back, it's like, boom, got me. Don't know what it was. Some sort of illness. But anyways, the 2 times I've left the province in the last year, I've got sick. So lesson learned, I'm never leaving Manitoba again.
There you go. You're stuck here.
I thought it was because we were supposed to do the podcast on Wednesday, I think. And I thought I might be okay by that night. I felt like I had a wicked hangover, but it just gradually got worse, and it just lingered for quite a while. So it was tough. It was more of a flu than a cold this time. So, but the cool thing is I'm still alive. So
right on, brother.
But yeah, other than that, I guess tonight Drums will introduce introduce you in a sec here, but tonight we got we're calling this one anything but COVID. So I know there's been lots of division, lots of unity too in the world lately, especially in Canada. But it's all kind of around the mandates and restrictions and all that kind of stuff. So we're just talking about everything except COVID tonight, and it's going to be a wide range of topics, I think. So you got look forward to that. But drums,
Yo,
everything's okay here? We're not freezing anymore?
I don't know. We'll see when we're done.
Okay. How's things with you?
Good over here. Yeah, absolutely sick of the snow. Our driveway, both sides, it's like 5 feet tall. It's insane. And
Isn't it a bitch to get snow over it right now?
retarded. Can't even
You
use
have
like
to launch yourself.
can barely get out of the vehicles because like the driveway like shrinks in because there's so much snow. Yeah, it's a shit show. It's absolutely freezing. I'm sick of it. We go from 0 degrees to minus 48. It's supposed to be tonight. Just what are we doing? Why do we
Really?
live here?
What do you mean? It's an awesome place.
I might be in a bit of shit. We were had Luca in the bath, and his favorite thing that I guess he says, it's not really words, but it sounds like he's just always saying, "What's that? What's that?" So he's sitting in the bath and what's that? He's pointing up at the shower head. I'm like, "Oh, it's a shower head. You want to see how it works?" And I fired it on at him, and it was freezing cold water, and then just the biggest meltdown ensues. So Liz is like, "Oh yeah, sure, you do this, and then you're gonna fuck off and go do the podcast. If you can't sleep, you're coming." So we might get a call here. I might have to
Oh
bail.
boy.
Like
Yeah,
you could have known.
If you want to stay up for a couple hours straight, just dump yourself in cold water, immerse yourself in cold water.
Yeah,
That's what you used to do, eh?
hangover
What?
cure.
In the mornings.
Cold showers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
It's
for him.
tough. It's tough to do, especially in the wintertime, because it's cold enough as it is externally. You don't need to be getting any colder, but cold showers are very good for you, I would say.
Mhm.
Okay, well, where do we begin? Let's do some housekeeping, Rigo. They had a tournament, PGA tournament last weekend. What was going on there?
Yeah, the Farmers. So Luke List actually beat Willie Z in the playoff. Hit an absolutely disgusting shot. Sparrow sent me, I wasn't watching the final round, but Sparrow sent me a Snapchat, and they actually hit it in the playoff hole, like in the exact same spot in the bunker. Like their balls
yeah,
were basically
yeah.
on top of
Super
each
close.
other. So then they both hit it out of there, and then List hit it to like 4 inches. But I was talking to Lance, and again, I didn't watch it on the weekend, but he said that Zalatoris is easily the best ball striker in golf right now, but his putter is absolutely atrocious, and he said he doesn't think he'll ever be able to win being that shitty of a putter.
Crazy. Like
Really?
he even just like I seen a couple of like clips of like zoomed in
Yeah.
shots, and
Those
it's like
short ones.
yeah, so bad. It's like worse than I am at putting.
It's the yips basically.
Yeah, he's got the yips, perma yips.
Yeah, so that's
Okay, but if he
unreal.
has the yips and he's tying for PGA tournaments, like
Yeah, exactly.
probably going to do pretty well for himself, I would say.
Maybe not, because maybe he'll never get over him. He's just a terrible putter.
Yeah. You get
Anyways.
over that stuff. It's just like
It's not the yips.
Is it?
It's just he sucks at putting.
really?
Yeah.
There's got to be teachers for that, right? It's like,
Well, you think
Where's-
so, but
where's Dave Peltz?
who's Dave Peltz?
Might be passed away.
Isn't it Peltz or Pels
I think it's Pell. I don't know now.
or Pellets? I think it might be
I don't
Dave
know.
Pellets.
Are you thinking Dave Pollock?
Oh yeah.
Victor Hovland won, moved into number 3 in the world.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
That was playoff too, wasn't it?
yeah, with Richard Bland,
Yeah,
The
Big
guy.
Dicky.
Big Dickie Bland. Bland.
I think it's Bland. We can't even
Oh,
get guys'
so
names
too.
right here. What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we even doing on the show?
What are we doing tonight? Actually, isn't good. Might not be too much golf. We had a couple of beers before the show. We're gonna try to have a
Yeah,
couple
no
more
doubt.
beers during the show, and we'll see what happens. But anyways, Rigo, keep going.
No, just this weekend is that AT&T Pro-Am at Pebble Beach, Spyglass Hill, and Monterey Peninsula. So they play the 3 courses and then back at Pebble on Sunday. And that Monday, Q's there, basically doing a live feed of everything. That Mark Baldwin got a sponsor exemption into that tournament, so he's just been
Following him
basically living the high life, right? And it's just so cool. He's like just like a kid in the candy store, man, and all this. Like he's just taking pictures of everything, and it's cool. And it's actually kind of what we talked about with the PGA Netflix. Like he's kind of giving a behind the scenes look right now at the PGA, which is sick.
They're I don't know if I seen like a episode clip or what the whole thing was, but it was like a trailer maybe, but it was like a minute long thing, and it was all people that go to Q School. It was like a Q School Netflix documentary, right? Yeah.
It's like that Fire Pit Collective or whatever.
Yeah. So is that what it is? Is it's going to be episodes?
I don't know.
Oh,
I just saw he replied to a couple of those. Like people said that he should do that with like the Monday Q stories and stuff, and he said it's in progress or something.
Oh yeah.
I was also talking with Laser about that Netflix documentary. Like, would it be cool? Do you guys think like if they released one every week, and it was like a rewind of the week before? Not a rewind, but a behind the scenes look at the whole tournament.
Yeah, you remember how 24/7s used to do?
Yeah,
they used to do that, right? Like
yeah,
it would be
like current.
It would be like 2 weeks behind, I think, but
right.
Yeah,
have it kind of more current than 6 months or 8 months later.
Don't you guys think that'd be pretty cool or no? Like,
yeah, I imagine like they would too, but just the production of it would take so long because
true.
If you're filming guys for, I don't know, 12 hours a day, like that's a lot of footage you got to go through in like 2 weeks or however quick you want to have the episodes done.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it would just be a different type of documentary. Like that's how 24/7 was. And it was cool because it was current. But then you look compared to the F1 series, and they actually got to pick and choose like their storylines based on the guys themselves.
Happened?
And so they would be showing a guy and then something that happened like 6 months ago compared to last episode, right? Like they weren't on a chronological timeline. It was more just like showing guys and cities and stuff like that.
Right.
So it's just a different way to tell a story, I guess. And I'm guessing that they'll probably do similar to F1 if it's the same guys who are doing it. So
they filmed Dolman and Higgs last weekend.
Oh, really?
Like they're being filmed for it, and I think they both missed the cut. I'm pretty sure.
I think they did. Yeah.
Be some good highlights.
Joel Damon's an idiot.
Did you see for F1 they're trying to get I was gonna say tournament, but a race in Vegas on the Strip?
Woo! Did you see the Miami one that they designed?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I saw that.
Holy. Like that.
Going with the tight turn right before the finish line.
Yeah. Like
it's basically like a, what would it be? 70-degree angle to right before the finish.
Oh, really? Like how
Which is different than usual because it's usually just like a straight
around the corner and straight
finish.
Yeah.
Oh, like it's right after the corner.
Right before it. Like you kind of go straight and then you kind of take a sharp turn. I think that's what it looked like anyways. I don't know. Maybe I saw it wrong, but
that'll be sick. But the one in Vegas, they want to have it on the Strip. Can you imagine closing the Strip down for a week?
No, that'd be sick. That would be
how much money they would lose.
Oh, I'm sure they'd make it up.
And the Strip was closed when I was there. I was walking down the Strip. Yeah, I have a video on my phone. We were walking past the Bellagio on the Strip.
What do you mean it was closed?
I don't know. At first, for the marathon, that's what it was. It was closed.
Oh.
Okay, so the Pebble Beach Pro-Am is this weekend?
Yeah. AT&T Pro-Am.
I have a challenge for you guys. Last year we did pick'ems. This year we do pick'ems as well. This one's different. No, this one's different because we all three of us pick one. We actually might be able to get somebody else in if we want to later, but all three of us pick one. It's not about winning this one. It's about not losing. So whoever finishes last out of our picks has to shotgun a beer on next week's episode, or in Drums' cases, slam wine or something, or a spiced rum.
Shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay, I was
You
gonna make a
interested?
funny pick, but
What do you mean? You still
like
can.
I was gonna make my pick funny, but I don't know if I want a shotgun on air.
You tried picking John Rahm, so I don't think that's accurate.
No, I'm not taking Rome.
Okay, who are you taking?
I'm taking Mark Baldwin.
Oh,
What?
That's Monday Q's Pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be gunning for sure. So if two people miss the cut, they both shotgun.
Okay.
yeesh.
Or if three people make the cut, all three do.
I think Balds is gonna make
Drums, who are
it.
you taking?
I'm taking Chuckles Hoffman.
Charlie.
Charlie.
Chuckles.
I love Charlie. Every BDO draft we used to have, I'd take Charlie no matter what. No matter where he was, no matter who else was picked, I'd take Charlie. But I'm going to go ahead and take Seamus Power in honor of Rigo's last week's blunder of his name. So we got Seamus Power, Charlie Hoffman, and what's that guy's Baldwin?
Yeah, Baldy. Just call him Baldy.
Balds.
Is he related to Alex?
Corey?
Baldwin?
No, Corey.
And it's Alec.
Oh, Corey. Or Alec, not Alex. Okay. So
That
you guys
motherfucker's
know
gonna
the
end up
rule?
in jail. I guarantee it.
Oh, I hope he does. He should. He can't just kill people.
Have you
Mark?
seen like his deranged videos?
Yeah. Like, what is going on with that guy?
Like he's fucked.
No, Alec Baldwin. He shot a
No.
guy. He shot
know,
a
on
girl
set.
on set. Yeah.
Yeah,
And killed her.
Not on purpose though.
allegedly.
Oh.
Allegedly not on purpose.
Oh. How do you just shoot somebody by accident on set? Like,
Well, it's like it was supposed to be a dummy gun, and there was a live cartridge in it.
why was there a live cartridge in it?
Exactly. Well, I don't think like she was hit with a projectile, like killed with a projectile. I don't think it was an actual bullet. I think.
What? What got her?
Well, you guys will have to touch up on that and get to it at a later episode.
Yeah, we don't really know. Anyways, that's how it's gonna go. So speaking of movie sets, since I was down last week, I finally managed to start watching Yellowstone. Are you guys both done Yellowstone? No,
Yeah.
Drums?
I know. I don't even think I finished the first season.
Oh my goodness. I thought we were gonna have a good chat about it.
You can chat. I don't care.
I don't know if it'll be the same. I don't know if it'll have the same effect. Anyways, I
It's
just like
sick.
Rigo, who's your favorite character on the show?
Rip.
Like right now? Or
Yours is Rip,
where are
Drums?
you?
I'm just about done season 3. I've been tearing through them.
What's season 3, the second last one?
For now, yeah.
Well, I'm
Why
gonna say
do
John.
things change?
Well,
Do
season
people
4 is
in
just
that.
different.
Is that at a
Just-
different ranch or something?
Yes, parts of it, but it's still. You'll watch, but I'm gonna say John's my favorite guy.
Costner?
Yeah.
Guy's unbelievable.
Apparently, it's like all shot on his ranch, like his actual ranch.
No, it's the first 3 seasons, because the one you're talking about, Rigo, is like the 6666 ranch,
Well, yeah, that's just
which is in
still
Texas, right?
Yeah, it's still Yellowstone though. Like this whole thing's based on Yellowstone, but it just shows Jimmy at the other one.
Oh, okay. So the ranch that they're on is actually in Montana. Like the cool thing about the show, I did like a little bit of looking into it today. Like the cool thing about the show is like the majority of stunts are actually like them doing them themselves, and it's actually shot at the ranch in Montana. The ranch is like 110 years old, I think, and some people live there in that house. Like you can rent cabins on the property, but there's still people who own the ranch that actually live in that house, which is sick. Like when
got an
So
absolute
they just
gold
leave,
mine.
I guess, when they're filming.
And
Yeah,
there,
they fuck off for a couple months.
there's that one cowboy, one of the guys that works on the ranch. He's the actual, like, all the horses that are used on the show are his. And he like wasn't gonna be in the show, but he was like teaching all the
authentic.
guys how to ride and like doing everything
Yeah.
like that. So he's like, well, I'm gonna be in the show. Like,
Yeah,
So
because
that heavier guy.
they took all the actors to like a cowboy camp before the show, and like taught
and that was
them
him,
how.
like his horses. Pretty cool.
And another cool thing was like the chef, Gator.
Yeah.
He's actually the chef, like for the
Craft
set.
services.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and his name's Gator in real life too. He's just like the chef that they just bring onto the show once in a while, random scenes.
That's unreal.
Yeah.
Have either of you
And,
guys watched Ozark?
Yeah,
It's 10 times better than
Some of it.
I don't think so.
I do.
Different strokes for different folks, baby.
There you go.
One thing I don't like about Yellowstone, though, the Monica, Casey's wife,
Yeah.
she's fake.
Yeah.
What would you call it?
Fake
Native
Native.
American?
Yeah.
Indigenous.
Yeah. She's fake.
She's Asian.
She's Asian.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what? I just don't understand how they could even like cast that, because like they have a lot of true Native Americans in there, like the chief and
Yeah.
and all of his crew there. But like she's a pretty main character and she's not even Native American.
I know.
I thought that was a little bit weird.
Me too.
So anyways, that's where I'm at. Been spending a lot of time watching Yellowstone and
Drums. Did you watch Suits?
4 seasons?
Oh man, I think I'm like on halfway through season 4 right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's a deadly show, eh?
It's good. It just kind of it got kind of repetitive for me too, a bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I
And then
stopped watching it.
Got too much into like the lovey-dovey drama part of it. Like I wanted to
Yeah.
just watch them kick ass in court.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. It's kind of on my list if I run out of shit to get back into. But also I cannot stand that girl any longer, so I'd rather not watch her.
Markle?
Yeah.
Meghan Markle.
Yeah, she's a dud.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, she's a babe, but she's a loser.
In real life?
We're not getting canceled, so we're not going into it.
IRL. Well, don't mind if I do, boys.
Kraken. Okay, so last week with the Rogan versus Neil Young stuff, I got into a bit of digging, and I want to quiz you guys. Where did it go?
We got a quiz. Man, when we had our first couple episodes of Drums, I was watching them one day. And we had a couple quizzes on there. You'd run a quiz for me and Rigo to answer. We were horrible at it, but
So this one is, how many streams per song do you think it takes to earn $1
on Spotify.
on Spotify? Like they're all different. So yeah, I'll say on Spotify.
Like this is the net amount that goes to Neil Young in this case.
No. So for him to get $1,
Right, but like the net amount that goes to him.
what? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I would guess 2,000.
2,000 song streams to get $1. Reg,
I'm gonna say 100.
it's 229.
Oh wow! I knew it was a lot, but I way overshot that one.
So it's the second highest. Amazon is 249.
Does anybody listen to Amazon Music?
It's on the
Wow.
whatever the Alexa thing that we have, so we use
Oh, yeah.
that. But like it comes with your
Prime?
Prime. Yeah. Guess what the cheapest or the lowest amount of streams to get $1 is? Streaming service.
What's Napster?
Yeah. Had zero clue
Actually?
Napster still existed.
It still exists.
Yeah.
Napster.
Yeah. Do you remember it?
Really?
Do you remember probably 10 years ago it used to be called Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Napster bought Rhapsody.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody.
Right.
Yeah. Like that's how it's spelled, right?
RAPH, yeah.
Yeah. That's wild. So Napster's still kicking.
Napster's still kicking in some form. I haven't
I'm gonna download it tonight.
really checked out the app, but I don't imagine there's a whole bunch of shit on there.
Can I
And
bring
what's
back
their-
my library from LimeWire?
Right?
What's their listen per dollar?
So 53 streams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then
Man, I'm gonna make some guys super rich, man.
and then Tidal is 80 streams, and Apple Music is 136 streams.
What's title?
Tidal's actually Jay-Z's company streaming service.
Okay, but drums.
Yo,
So say Neil Young got that 220 songs, gets $1. Does it all go to him, or do you think that like his record label would get that and then he'd get like 5 cents of that?
so I think that is
It
back.
has to be.
That's what the artist makes. So
Oh,
that's before. That's after whatever take their cut. I believe I'll double check, but I think that's how it is.
interesting. Yeah, I know that those streaming services are quite
But like,
aggressively low. But I mean,
but prior to streaming, you had to buy an album, or you had to buy each song for $1. But now streaming, it's
Yeah.
just like it's free basically.
Yeah.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So I think Keeping shared a video yesterday. Did you see that, Rigo, with the guy turning through burnt CDs as he was driving?
Oh yeah. I didn't see it. I saw somebody share this. Distracted driving.
Yeah,
Like trying to
it
go
said,
through the catalog,
Kids aren't
the book.
distracted nowadays. Yes. Taking the CD out, finding a new one,
Listening
replacing
to two
it,
songs
yeah.
and then changing the CD.
Blowing on the bottom to clean it
Yeah.
so it didn't skip.
What have you guys heard any good songs lately? What have you guys been listening to? I was going to tell you to bring up your Spotify list, but I kind of forgot to.
I don't have Spotify, so I don't know what.
Oh,
But I've actually been hooked
Okay,
on Vance Joy.
who?
I don't know if you listen to any of his stuff. Vance Joy
Oh yeah.
sings like Riptide and like
Yeah.
Missing Piece would be a later one.
Kind of like
What
folky-ish.
genre?
Yeah, it'd be like folkish. Like it just makes you feel good. I don't know.
Just like beer.
Yeah.
Just like beer. I got into this guy on YouTube. He does a bunch of covers, and they're pretty good. He's kind of got a different voice too. His name is Teddy Swims.
Eddie Geiger.
Teddy, how about do you remember Teddy Geiger?
Yeah, man. I was searching the other day. Easton had never heard of him before.
Do you know he's a woman now?
What?
Yeah.
I could see that. He had a good song. What was it? Collide? No, that was
For You, I
Howl's
Will?
and
For
Hell's
You.
Scales.
For You, I Will. Yeah. I played
And
it.
he's a
today.
woman
It's
now.
actually pretty terrible now, but
Is
good
it?
at the time. Yeah, it
It was a banger
I
back
showed
in
it
the
to
day.
East, and I was like, "This is such a good song." And I showed it to East. I'm like, "Oh boy, Woo. This isn't
If you
great."
ever wanted to get a girl to smooch you, just put that on your CD.
On your Walkman, give her a headphone.
But no, Teddy Swims. He does
What?
the best Shania Twain cover ever. It's actually, I like
Teddy-
it better than the Shania Twain song. I'm not even going to say the song. You guys have to check it out and let me know what you think next week. It's better than her version.
Teddy
Have you
Swims.
heard Matthew Bertrand do Shania Twain?
Don't.
Have not.
It's pretty good.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Rigo could do it.
What's on what's on your Spotify playlist?
Mine? One that I've been really interested in. Yeah, I've been interested in this one hard. Actually, two. I'll go with two. Three. I'm gonna go with three. Sorry, boys.
Can't go three.
I have to go three because I can't pick between the three of them. First one is Kip Moore. Crazy One More Time. This was on his very first album, I believe. And I love the song, his original. But I always just like thought that it was missing just something because the lyrics are amazing. So he redid it, a new version of it. It's called Crazy One More Time, revisited, and it's awesome. It's a way better version than the original. So it's nice to see when that happens because sometimes they try to redo it and it's not as good, but this was a worthy cause. Second one, I like Morgan Wallen and Lil Durk, Broadway Girls. I'm sure you guys have heard the song. It's a TikTok song. Anyways, they finally released it onto Spotify like 6 months after it went TikTok viral. But
Right.
at first I kind of thought the rap part of it was a little bit strange, but I like it now. I dig it. Have you heard of Lil Durk drums?
Yeah, that style of rap, like it's not my thing, but it has started to grow on me.
Yeah, me
There's
too.
like there's a bunch of guys kind of that sound similar. But he's like one of the best, like one of the biggest right now. Him and Lil Baby.
Yes. So that's a good song. And finally, two of my favorite guys, country singers, Chris Young and Mitch Tenpenny, Dimesy, at the end of the bar. I'm sure you guys have heard this one before, but at the end of a bar, actually. Just Mitchell Tenpenny is disgusting. Probably the most underrated guy in country music, in my opinion. And Chris Young also is pretty good. So three great tunes. And maybe we'll start doing that every week. I don't know. Let us know. Whatever. If there's a comment below, if you like.
I've been hooked on that Mac Miller song too.
Which
Spins.
That used the spins, yeah. And also
Mac Miller's unreal.
while we're talking about music, man,
Yes.
Notorious B.I.G. that what's that? Something back, old thing back.
Yeah, Matoma remix.
I've heard that song like probably
times.
1,000 times, like my whole life, and now we were driving the other day, and I actually listened, and then looked up the lyrics.
Yeah,
Jesus, man. That is an absolute savage song, man. Like, just disgusting. Like, and it just has such a good rhythm to it, and it sounds so good. And then you listen to lyrics, you're like, holy shit.
Hey,
Like,
I've actually got a Biggie, something to do with Biggie written down here to touch on today. So this is a good segue. So he's got a song called I've got a story to tell. Basically, in the song, he gets together with a bunch of boys and he's telling them the story of the night he had previous at a club, whatever. Meets up with its chick. They head back to her place. They're banging. All of a sudden, her boyfriend comes home. And so his idea was to basically stage a robbery. So he tells her to get a robe and he wraps the robe around her head and ties her up and everything. The guy comes into the bedroom and he pulls a gun on him. Conveniently had a gun on him. And the guy's like, sorry, don't shoot, whatever. Goes into his safe and just starts unloading cash. So, sorry, I missed probably the best part. But so it turns out she's dating a New York Nick in the song. Turns out story's real and legit.
No.
Yeah.
Yikes. Wow.
I think it's Anthony Mason, passed away a couple years ago. And then a bunch of people came out and like corroborated the story and said like it's legit. Like he was with this chick. The guy came home from an NBA game, runs into Big with a scarf on and gets robbed of a couple $100,000.
Biggie pretended that he was robbing her.
Yeah.
And then robbed this guy afterwards too.
Yeah. Well, the guy was like, "Don't hurt us. Here's all
That's
the money."
unreal. And it's a true story.
Allegedly.
That's unbelievable.
Like what? That, I don't know. That's messed up, man. I just don't even know what planet that could happen on, you know?
It's an unreal song too.
Oh shit.
I got shifting back to golf. I know we don't need to talk about golf all the time, but I mentioned before that Hovland won and got to top 3 in the world. And I saw this tweet the other day, and it said just what a place the golf world's in right now. Like, you got a fiery Spaniard's #1 in the world, and then like this stone cold killer American in second, and then a guy that hasn't stopped smiling for the last 5 years.
Norway.
In the top 3, right? Like,
Who's second? Xander?
no, Morikawa.
Or Morikawa? Yeah. Right.
So like
he
that
wouldn't be
top
stone
3,
cold,
man.
would he?
Oh yeah.
Think
Doesn't
so?
have any emotion. He just wins.
He seems like he has a pretty good time out there, though. He's always smiling.
Yeah, but I just mean he's so like under
I
pressure.
see what
Just
you're
like
saying. Yeah.
like that's a sick top 3, man. Those are actually 3 very likable guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
wish
with you.
I wish Rom was in the dock, man.
Oh yeah, he's
Even him
wild,
losing it
eh?
last weekend.
Yeah, unreal. About the conditions?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a putting contest.
Fucking putting contest.
Fucking putting contest.
Like you have to be pretty like next level competitive to like think that way, right? Like he's pissed that it's too easy.
What did he? No, but he's pissed that he's hitting it good, but like it's just so easy that the guys that don't
It's
hit
just
it
the
that
guy
good
that's
are
going to
still
make a
in
long
it.
putt that's going to win.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But who was that? Who was it? It was either him or Thomas that yelled at the cameraman. Did you guys see that?
I don't think I saw that one.
I think it was Rom, and he hit like a shitty approach. Like he was just like, let's say like a 35-yard pitch, and he left it like 20 feet short, and the announcer's chirping him kind of on there, and he like calls out the announcer.
Oh, really?
He's like, shut the hell up, man. He just starts walking towards him. Like he's unreal, man. And I like you said, I wish he was on the dock because you only get to see what they show you. And I think there's so much more to him than what you see.
Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
I think he's an absolute loose cannon.
For sure he
It's
is.
so funny, hey? That's
That's
unreal.
what you want to see. But
Did you see what is it, DP World Tour now? Like they're just pumping out fire content.
Oh yeah.
that one video I saw today had 1 million views on it. The one where Tyrell no hat on got hit that 1 yard fairway.
Yeah.
That was sick.
And he stayed on the fairway, 1 yard fairway.
He's
5
a
tries it
beauty.
took him. I
Well,
would
did you just see him?
watch that
Like,
shit all day.
it was him, Rory, and Morikawa, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what the hell was the other one? Oh, it was like Victor Hovland and Tommy Fleetwood had like Are You Smarter Than a 6th Grader competition. And then like they won a certain amount of feet that came off a putt and they had to sink the putt, whatever. Like it was just good to see them trying. I know we pumped their
They're
tires a
doing it
lot.
right.
Yeah, they're just killing it.
It was nice to hear AC say that the PGA is working with their media crew now, because I had no idea about that. That was the first I'd heard of that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be huge for the PGA.
Oh yeah.
I mean, why try to compete with them with it? Just like work together. If they have external forces coming in and trying to disrupt their leagues, I think that was a brilliant move by the PGA. And that's what it is too. Like the PGA has characters as well. It's not just the Euros. It's the media, the crew that does it, right? The production crew.
Right. And I don't know, man. Like there's so much bullshit going on with what people get in trouble for and all that shit. I think it's more prevalent in America than it would be overseas. So maybe guys are more open to it too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. More loose.
Because I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, you say one even kind of borderline thing,
So
and you lose
it's
millions.
horrible, actually.
You lose
Yeah.
millions of dollars.
It's horrible, and it's
Yeah,
not
like
even
these guys like. Go ahead, Drew.
No, you go. You go.
Well,
you
just
go.
like guys like Morikawa, like he's basically been from birth. Like they said, he had a mental coach at the age of 7. Like he's not gonna say anything stupid. Like he's so trained. Like you know what I mean? Like he is trained. Realistically, it's they base. I don't know. It's crazy. Actually.
Which is not entertaining, other than his golf game. Not entertaining, right?
Right.
You don't want to see that, but that's how the world is now. It's sad, but
like we say that about our like hockey guys all the time too, right? Like everybody gives the same answer in every interview. Like they're not going to get themselves in trouble, all that stuff. So yeah, again, it's
crazy how you've like never seen anything bad about Crosby on anything.
Nothing.
But like he takes like houseboats to Europe, eh? Like big yachts.
Oh yeah.
He takes all his buddies to Europe and basically says, "Put your phones away," and that's how he parties.
That's how it should.
That's the way to do it, I think.
Well, if you can afford that, like,
afford to put your phones away.
No, I'm saying like I can't afford to take you guys to Europe on a yacht.
No,
why not?
But yeah.
Anywho, these beers are tasting pretty good. Too good, I would say.
Oh, just mangled over there.
No,
guys just getting mangled.
I'm just having a good time.
Did you guys see Daniel Rappaport's tweet today? Just about the PGA and Dubai, and he basically just said how, like it's all about money. Humans love money, and that's what we live for. So don't look any further into it than what it is. It's just those guys getting offered more money.
Well, yeah. Did you see Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like so, but I tweeted back at him and he didn't reply, obviously. But I just said, and like, what would you do if you were a top golfer in the world in their situation? I was just honestly curious what, like, I think I would go there. I don't know, like if you have a chance, like that they offered Poulter 30 million euros just to go to switch over there. Like what?
Wow.
Well, who said it before the show? What do you owe the PGA? What do we owe the PGA for even focusing on them?
Just convenient for time zones, probably more than anything.
They don't know. They don't know the PGA jack shit.
That's true.
In my opinion.
I think, I don't know, like I kind of touched on it before with the PGA, like because they have their video rights and stuff, so the guys can't tweet out like their shots and like gain traction or gain money off it, right? Like I think if they started licensing themselves, and so just different avenues for the guys to make money that way, it'd probably help to get or to keep guys around. But I don't know, like if you're literally getting offered $6 million more to attend a tournament over there, like
exactly,
you're a complete moron if you don't take it.
100%. Like nobody in their right mind would ever say no to that. For what? Like tell me a reason why you would turn that down. One reason.
I could understand if it was like $100,000 maybe. But
still,
like
though, I mean,
millions of
for
dollars.
a lot of those guys, $100,000 is a lot, right?
Right, but that's like right now they're targeting the big guys, right? Yeah. So like $100,000's not a whole lot to them in the scheme of things, but
it's still 100 G's though, man.
Yeah.
So, but like, I think there's guys on the PGA and guys around here that they.
Sorry, go ahead.
Jesus. No, I just think there's guys that value the prestige of golf. I think there still are guys on tour that want that, like part of the history and part of that, and that's all going to be tarnished. Whatever happens with going to the Euro Tour or going to this Dubai Tour or this other thing starting up, that whole history book's tarnished by everything. And does that matter really? No. I don't know.
Hasn't it been for a while though?
Like you're not erasing the PGA's history.
No, but you just can't beat it. What I mean.
Who were we talking about a month ago that won majority of his tournaments in Europe, and like he was kind of like almost a not a no-namer, but he wasn't like, he didn't get the credit that he deserved. Was it the Black Knight, Gary Player?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I think
Bernard
that it's been
Langer,
that way for a,
too, I
and
think, both
Bernard,
of those.
yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, I think it's been like this for a while. The PGA hasn't
No, but
always just been the only tour.
No.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. Like, because golf is probably biggest in America and the PGA is the biggest in America. That's like where the prestige of playing is in. But I think that's going to change. I believe that, anyways. Has to.
Yeah, like you're changing the course of my entire family's existence. Then yeah, I'm definitely gonna probably look away from the prestige of the PGA and go towards the money.
Yeah. And for those guys, like, it's a job, right? It's their career. I mean, golf is different for them than it is for us. We love golf, and they do too, but like, we play it for love of the game. Those guys are earning money. They have shit to pay for. They have families. They have everything. And money makes a big difference for anybody. It doesn't matter what their T4 said last year or whatever the hell they called in the USA.
What do they call it?
I forget.
I think it's just numbers.
It's like an M1 or R1 or
Yeah, something like
that. So
Sounds like
speaking of making huge money on the golf course.
Ooh.
King Golf is trying something out here. This is a major announcement, breaking news. Who's the biggest media guy in this region? Sports guy.
Sports guy?
Darnell Duff.
What are we doing? Like, is this
Darnell
a quiz?
Duff. No, Darnell Duff. Darnell Duff, get him on the phone. So King Golf, this is early, but we're going to try it this year. This is early. Talked about it a little bit before on here, but we're going to go ahead with it, I think. So I got notes here. It's going to be a circuit in Manitoba, Westman mostly, hopefully mostly Westman. We're going to do 8 to 10 teams. That's the goal for this summer. 6 events, 2-man scramble. That's the format. On every team, you're going to have one sponsor. And you could sponsor it personally. It could be sponsored by Regan Headley himself or Aspen Insurance. But that's the name of the team. Each team is going to have 4 to 6 players that rotate and fill 2 spots every tournament. Probably your top guys, if they can go, they're going to go. If not, one of the other guys slides in. Each event will have 10 points given to first place, 9 points to second place, 8 points to third place, and down the line, etc., etc. And at the end of the 6 events, we'll have a FedEx style finale where first place starts at, I don't know, say -10. That's yet to be determined. It's going to be ironed out, but that's the idea. So we threw it out there on Instagram today. We had actually quite a good amount of responses and feedback for it. So we figured, what the hell, we might as well try it. So if you're listening to this podcast, you're going to be first to know, other than Darnell Duff, but you're going to be first to know. So if you have a team, a sponsor, or if you'd like to put in a team, reach out to us as soon as possible. We want to get, as always, the podcast listeners' first chance at it. And I mean, if we get 12 teams, we'll probably go with that, but we're going to shoot for 8 or 10 teams this summer and see what happens. Rico's going to organize the whole thing, and he's going to be at every event. So that's that. What do you guys think of that? Do you have any suggestions or comments to add on it?
You had to add in that last part.
Do you have like courses lined up for?
No, but it'll be, we will probably give preference to the people who participated in the King card. our favorite courses in the area. We'll probably mix Wheat City in there if they're wanting to. Maybe we'll have the finale there. But I think Rigo's biggest beef was the fact that nobody's going to be able to play in 6 tournaments in a summer, right, Rigo?
I would say, yeah.
Which is probably fair. I think that the majority of the events will probably be on a weekday, so you'll have to take like a holiday. I know you don't want to do that, but you could take a day off or two through the summer. Thinking Thursday or Fridays would be good. I think our King Cup was on Friday, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Fridays, man. I love
Friday golf, baby.
Taking the Friday off and golfing, and you don't have to worry about your weekend either, because a lot of people have weddings and shit on Saturdays and Sundays. So I don't know. I think it'll be great if you can put, like, we'll have a king golf team. Like, it'll be us 3 and maybe another couple guys, and like we'll send 2 guys to every event. Like, it shouldn't be. I don't think it'll be that difficult, but I don't know.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily have to be the same, like 2 guys to attend an event. So, right, like we said, it's basically based off an F1 style team.
Yes, I forgot to mention that. Sorry, Drums.
So yeah, you can have upwards to however many guys you want, but 2 people have to be at each tournament.
Costs yet to be determined. We'll have to make it somewhat reasonable just to get some traction the first year. And it'll be kind of cool. I think it'll be good. We'll pump it out over across our social media accounts. I want to get a lot of footage and stuff and actually, like, kind of in a half-ass way broadcast it, I guess. Don't know how that looks exactly, but I think it'll be pretty cool. So if you got a team, if you want to have a team, if you got a sponsor, or if you want to volunteer at one of the events, just reach out to us, and we'll make it happen. So more to come, but we wanted to give the podcast listeners first crack to get a team in there. What else we got, boys? We got our segments coming up. Do we have any other discussion points, topics we got to go through?
Oh, did you guys see what houses are going for in Snoop Dogg's neighborhood in his metaverse? Yeah. 250 grand for the lot.
What?
For the lot
what?
beside his house in the metaverse.
What?
Decentraland. Isn't it Decentraland?
I don't even know. That shit scares me so fucking much that I kind of try to avoid learning about it.
What? $250,000 people are paying for that shit.
Yep. And they'll make money off it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a little bit deep here. A little bit deep. Not overly, but a little bit. Everybody's terrified of the metaverse, self included. I do not want to live in a world like that. I like existing in the real world. However, think about how many hours you spend on your phone. Think about how many hours you spend on Twitter and that online community. That's essentially a metaverse. You're not talking to anybody in real life. You're communicating with people through your cell phone. It's no different. We're already there. We're doing this right now.
Yeah, it's just the natural progression of it.
It's different because we're not paying $250,000 to scroll through Twitter.
No, but it's just like an extension of that. Like, that's where you want to, like, okay, what's a good way to say this? You know how, like, okay, look in the background here. I have a picture of Tiger Woods here. Okay. You'd have to come to my house to see that. Usually it just showed up on screen, but I would have to invite you into my house. I paid money for that because I think that it's cool. And you'd have to come to my house to see that. Now, if you have like an NFT, like digital art or whatever, like that's a way of displaying it for everybody to see. They don't have to come inside your house. It's like the digital version of that. And it's just like it's like clout. That's basically what it is, right? Like, it's like,
well, like there's so much to it. Like, it's so creepy and weird and cool at the same time. Like, you can put on your Oculus Rift, you can sit front row at any sporting event that you want. All 3 of us would have the exact same view. Like, that's how kind of weird it is, but like you're literally watching a game like this, you're watching that shit right up close, but you're just doing it in this other world. Like it's so
Plus,
messed up to think about too. Like it's so weird.
there's no limits either, drums.
Right,
Like there's
at
no
all.
capacity. Like
Like there's
there's only
concerts,
one
there's
seat.
everything. Yeah.
You could have 1 million people watching a concert, whereas in the real world, no, you have one person or 100 people up front and then people in the nosebleeds. And even so, you can only fit 20,000 people in there.
Right.
So they're constrained to the amount of people that they can bring into the arena. Whereas this,
Right.
you could have 1 million people in there.
Yeah, but like, do you go to a concert to watch the music, or do you go to get pissed and have a
No,
good
no,
time?
no. I honestly believe that as long as we're alive, the majority of stuff will be a combination of two, kind of like it is now. It'll just be a extension of that, right?
Yeah. It's super.
There,
Like I'm literally half and half. Like there's half of me that like this is so cool, and half of me that this is absolutely terrifying.
so drums, people like us will exist in both worlds, and that's probably a good thing. And because I'm interested in it, I won't be like, there will be people who are never leave the metaverse, who just sit in their house, have everything brought to their house, don't have a car, just live in this apartment and basically exist online. There'll be people who do not enter it at all and just completely exist in the, people who don't have cell phones or whatever else. And then there'll be people like us who
Tweeners.
like kind of do some of each. Because
Hmm.
you're right, Rigo. I go to a concert for the atmosphere, but I mean,
For sure.
if I
And
can see,
but at the
if I
same
can
time,
see
like
Eric Church, from here,
or if you're still
same as
like
watching
in a living room with 10 of your boys or whatever, it still could be the same feel. If you're all wearing your Oculus, you're dancing around your living room, whatever the hell you want to do. Is it it's gonna get to a point where you're not gonna be able to tell the difference, which is why people think we live in a sim right now.
Yeah, it's cool. It's coming regardless of what anybody wants to happen or not. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's cool, drum. So 225,000 per lot.
Per lot. You still got to build your house and shit on there.
I was going to touch on Blue Jays, but you guys probably don't have any input or give any shits about that. So I was just thinking of topics to talk about, but it's very exciting times for any of the listeners on the show who are Blue Jay fans.
Well, there's probably a few out there, so
Hit us.
discuss.
Yeah, no, it's just an amazing time right now, and it's too bad because it's kind of like when the Expos had such a good team, and then the MLB went into a lockout, and right now, like, they're close to, well, they're saying that it's going to take a miracle to start spring training when they normally do. So that's going to get pushed back right off the bat. And I don't know, I don't have a great feeling about it right now.
Like they're headed for a lockout now?
Yeah. And it's just shitty because
contracts?
No, the MLBPA and the owners are at war right now. So
Oh shit.
So I don't know. It's not looking good right now. They had a meeting today or yesterday and apparently made like almost negative progress. There's such little progress made. So it'd be terrible if that happened to Jays, because I mean they are set to, I mean, they're predicting they have over 100 wins for sure this year, which is crazy for Blue Jays.
What do they usually
I don't know when the last, well, for years they were sitting at 80, 85. So with that, 20 extra wins is substantial in baseball. No, I don't know. It's just a super exciting time for baseball. Like, just there's so many guys on their team, and there's like Guerrero, Bichette, Teoscar, like Springer. There's just so many superstars on one team. Like last year, they absolutely ripped apart the majors and hitting, and just kind of had timely losses where they blow it in like the ninth inning. I think they had like 18 or 19 losses after the seventh inning or something. So they could have been like right there in that win total last year if they had a closer. So I think if the season gets going, I think it's going to be a really exciting year for the Blue Jays.
And they're super young, right?
Oh yeah. And
So-
like super talented.
I don't know like how MLB contracts work with compared to NHL? Like, are they locked up for a long period of time with Toronto? Or
See, that's kind of what they're fighting about right now, because you kind of go from like the shit house to the penthouse. Like right now, like Guerrero and Bichette really aren't making that much, and they don't for a long time. And if you're in the minors, you literally make like nothing. But then there's guys signing like 13-year, like $350 million contracts, and they just said there has to be some balance to it. Oh, 100% it is. And then if they go over the salary cap in baseball, they just pay a luxury tax on what they go over. So as long as the owners can afford it, and as long as they're making money, then they can afford to do that. So
that's hilarious to me.
It's kind of tainted that way. So that's why I like when a team comes in like the Jays. Granted, they've actually paid quite a bit of money in salary, but I don't think they've ever actually been over the luxury tax or paid luxury tax. So they're kind of doing it just with their homegrown guys, which is kind of sweet. And then they bring in the odd superstar like Springer's sick. But yeah, it's just a totally different world than the NHL.
So are they wanting to do like after your entry you have a limit?
I haven't even looked into what their negotiations are over, to be honest. I don't know. I'm gonna sit down and look at it. I didn't realize how close it was to spring training and how far they were apart. So I'm gonna actually look into it now and see.
Because it could be the same thing as like the NHL. Like the Leafs were shit for so long and kind of filled the prospect pool, and because they did well at drafting, they had a lot of young guys coming up for big contracts at the same time and handcuffed themselves, right?
Yeah.
Like,
is that how this is too?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like a 5 or 6 years though that they're stuck with the team that drafts them. So, not 3. But
that's good. But MLB kind of takes longer to
develop. Yeah.
Develop, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's not many like 18-year-olds in the league. Is there even any?
No. And that's why like in the NHL.
What was Vladdy when he started? Like 20?
I think so, or 21 even.
And he was like considered really young to be starting, right?
Yeah. But the same thing, and that's what they're fighting over right now. I don't know all the exact rules, but basically they're trying to hold him in the minors, so they didn't burn one of his years in the MLB, but he was good enough to be in the MLB, but they didn't want to burn it because they didn't have a team that was capable of winning. So then he was in the minors making like actual like no money, whereas he should have been in the MLB because he was so good. Like, but that's what they're kind of striking over right now is they all kind of wear these armbands like Bichette wears one, and I think Teoscar wears one. Like they support the underpaid like AAA players. So that'd be like the AHL players. But like if they wanted to really support them, like they could flip them a few $100,000 or something, say, of their $100 million contracts.
No, just put a thing on your sleeve. Good to go. It's all the support you need. Okay, boys. Well, we have a little bit more coming up here, I would say. Is that the end of our non-COVID discussion points for the night?
I think so.
Okay.
I did have the Canadians down, but just how many competitive Canadians there are on tour that could win at any time right now. Has there ever been anything like this? Like I know you guys are only a few years older, but like, was there ever any time like this for Canadian golf?
Hell no.
God, no. It was like
weird David Hearn and
Stephen Ames.
Stephen Ames, who's not even a Canadian.
He's not Canadian. And
Brad Fritch.
Right. And
but
then,
at the same time, those are the guys that are Weersy anyways. And I mean, Tiger would, contribute as well, but that's why those guys are there right now, I think, is Weersy and Tiger.
Yeah.
Huge impact. That we're kind of seeing the result of all that, right? It's wild to see.
True.
Yeah, we had 9.
Yeah, that's
playing at the Farmers.
You say
that's
that
crazy.
Was the record?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Even this weekend, we were looking through the players there, and there's a ton of Canadian flags. So,
oh yeah,
it's good to see. It's usually you see too many of those damn American flags, and
AC's buzzing on the course this weekend, so I'll be tracking that. I'll have some updates next week.
Yeah.
When are you heading over there to track them full time?
Not
You got a
till
big
March.
summer. You got to coordinate this league. You got to.
I do have a big summer. Nothing to do with any of that.
And you're moving?
Yeah, you're gonna be busy, Rigo. It's kind of crazy, actually, how you're gonna fit it all into one summer. But, anyways, good on you. So we have some more breaking news. I don't know if Darnell Duff will be around for this one, but we're going to continue our segments. I think that for the next little while, we're going to try to focus on two things. One is going to be interviews. We're going to try to get some good interviews on here. We had some good suggestions on the Instagram today, and we're going to just do more episodes like this where we just kind of like bring a few topics to the table and then do our segments afterwards. So I got a new segment we need a name for, but we'll get to that in a couple minutes. First of all, I want to send off George's junk drawer in style. I want to give it a proper farewell. One thing, I was shopping yesterday at Sobeys. Should mention this. The first Tuesday of every month, Customer Appreciation Day, probably the same as Safeway, I would say, 10% off.
Pretty big,
You
actually.
guys knew this?
Nope.
I
Don't
knew
have that
it. I just forgot
Boston.
about it.
Yeah.
So anyways, they gave me
Yeah,
10% off
Safeway
the
too.
till. I'm like, what the hell is that for? They said it's Customer Appreciation Day, first Tuesday of every month. So book it in the calendar. 10% makes a big difference. Save me like $15.
Okay.
So that's one thing. But which ties into the final George junk drawer. Might make a return one day, but for now, we need to figure out a way to wrap cauliflower. It's basically just like a piece of plastic, and then they put like 6 pieces of tape on it, and you cannot get into it. You cannot seal it up, and it's just an absolute mess. So if anybody out there can invent a cauliflower wrap or some sort of package that's like anything better than that, because it's the worst packaging on earth.
What do you mean? Don't you just throw it in a bag?
I don't know. I've never known. Usually I just try to
No.
use
Drums,
reuse the tape.
Like drums, are you thinking like there's loose cauliflower?
Head of cauliflower.
Then there's just stuff you can buy like
Yeah,
head of it, and it's wrapped. And the bottom is like the weirdest wrap job ever.
Oh,
Like
yes,
on a
yes,
stem.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. Because what do you do with that after? How do you get it back together? It's so strange.
You can't. Half it's open, half it's wide open, because you have to like go absolute Danny Savage on it to get it open. And then once you finally get it open, like you cannot close it. There's tape there.
That's right.
You can't. There's a huge hole in it. So if somebody can invent like a way to wrap cauliflower, they're gonna make a lot of money.
Need some saran wrap.
I agree, man.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Just like my idea was like a shower cap. Just like
Pop that bitch over there.
put it in there. No, for real. And then just put like a little clip at the end of it.
Shower cap.
Well, I should just like squeeze the stem,
something
right?
like that. Yeah, like you just put it in the thing and then squeeze the stem part of it with a little like.
You need like a drawstring to tighten it up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I mean, that would probably be a lot more expensive than the plastic that they just slap on it now.
Well,
Yeah,
for
also,
sure.
they
You
don't
cannot
give
get
a
any
shit.
cheaper than that.
They don't give a shit what you do with it after you buy it.
Exactly.
Okay,
They don't care if you even
but
touch it.
like, don't even bother wrapping it then.
What about if you had something that you could buy? Now I'm thinking you could buy just to have at home a reusable one, where you
That's what
buy
I'm saying.
it with the plastic shitty stuff at the store, and then once you get home, you just slap it into this.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Honestly
Don't you just
crazy
put it
that
in a
we've
bag?
gone this long. Hey,
Why didn't you just put it in a bag?
yeah, you could, but then you burn a freezer bag. Those things are expensive, man.
We just fucking wash it out, recycle.
I've never done that.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the final edition of George Junk Drawer.
I just
Pretty
came up
sad,
with a
actually.
stroke saver as we were sitting here. Actually, I had one lined up, but I actually just came up with a better one.
Okay, well, tell us.
Hit me.
So this is my first stroke saver 2022, eh?
Yep.
On
Make it count.
2/2/02/2022.
Oh, quickly. Sorry. That's today?
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So we have 3 people for the lab rats. We have 3. So we're looking for 2 more. We're going to come out with, we're going to track 5 people throughout the summer. We're going to try to get their handicap down by a couple strokes. Rigo's going to work with them a little bit on a couple things. We're going to give them some other stuff and just basically follow their progress throughout the summer. So if you are interested, we have 2 more spots open, and let us know. Go ahead, Rigo.
Okay, so my stroke saver this week is, I'm going to go back to the original, the way I used to say it. It's a really basic tip, but it's a really basic one. But no, it is very basic. But I golf with so many people, like all the time. Drums, I think you might be guilty of it. I don't know for sure. Clean your grooves. Do you, Drums?
I'm terrible. No. Fuck no. I can't spin the ball anyway, so I don't give a shit.
Well, dude, because you have so much shit on your wedges and clubs that you can't spin the ball.
I don't want to spin the ball.
No, it makes such a
it.
difference, though. Honestly, no, you do though.
What's your recommendations, though? Because guys aren't going to do it after every round.
What do you mean?
He's recommending to do it after every round.
No, I'm saying do it after every shot.
On course. Yeah.
On course. Okay. Like invest the $10, get one of those groove cleaners, and if you don't have a club washer on the cart, just spin in your grooves and use that little scraper. And like, as soon as you keep them clean, it's so easy.
Disgusting.
No, I do it too. It keeps them clean as soon as, but not so much on long shots, Drums. Like, I'm not saying like the 170-yard shots. You're not trying to put spin on those. Still good to clean it though. But I'm talking like the wedges around the greens and everything like that, just to get a little more grab around the greens. It just makes such a difference. Like if I go out and I'm walking and I don't have like a groove cleaner, and it's honestly a mental aspect of it too, that you're looking down at a dirty club and you really don't give a shit. Like it's just a mindset thing. If you're looking down at a clean club, then I don't know. I feel like in rounds when I really don't care and I'm getting drunk, I'm not cleaning my clubs and everything's just kind of off. But if I'm like dialed in, like I'm cleaning my club before every shot and after every shot, like it's a simple thing, but
it's like trying to work on a messy desk.
Right. That's the way I feel.
But it's no different, really. Like it's not going to make a difference if you have 30 papers on your desk, but it's like up here, you're ready to go. You're golfing, your clubs are clean. And Rigo, tell me if I'm wrong, but like, it's probably not going to make a huge difference, like for guys like us to be able to spin a ball or not, like having your grooves clean. I mean, caked in there permanently for sure, but like a little bit of stuff in there. Do you think it would?
Well, around the greens for sure, I think it would. If I hit a bunker shot, it usually takes about 2 hops and stops, but then you see somebody that has dirty grooves and you're not getting that same spin at all. And then you think, oh, why didn't that spin? Well, that's why. Partially, but it plays it like if it's as easy as it is to keep your grooves clean, why wouldn't you do it to give yourself, even if it is a little wee advantage, why not do it? Like any advantage you can get, you might as well do for something that's as simple as cleaning your grooves. I think it's worth it. But that's my opinion. That's a stroke saver for this week.
Couldn't agree more. Way to go, Rigo. Welcome back to 2022, baby. Drums, what do you got tonight, my man? You sticking to the culture corner for another season?
I guess we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I run out of shit or not. But actually, I'm going to recommend a documentary. Have you guys seen Free Solo? Documentary about a free climber, like guys that just literally climb up mountains.
No.
Yeah. So this one's actually called The Alpinist. This guy's even more hardcore than Free Solo guy. This guy
is on Netflix or Prime?
Prime.
I just got rid of it.
Did you? But no, like it's nuts. So this guy was 23 years old. He's done he would do like the hardest mountains possible for these climbs and everything by himself, where these other guys would take scouting missions or scouting crews and then have camera crews and everybody recording them. This guy did everything by himself. Some of the easier ones, him and his chick would do them, and he just did everything by himself. So he just got on the mountain and climbed. The documentary crew, like,
Wow.
following him, like, they were supposed to go down to, I can't even remember what country it was, but he was going down to this country to do this one climb that everybody was telling him to go do, and all of a sudden he just bolted. They couldn't get a hold of him. He went by himself. He didn't want the camera crews at all to even see him attempt his attempt. So I think he gets like halfway up this one and then has to pull back just because of weather and everything. So then everybody's like, hey, just come home. Everything, like his family's like, yeah, come back home. He's kind of like this vagabond that lives on the land, hippie type dude. And he's just, no, I'm good. I'm staying here. And like, he stayed in this village for like a couple weeks until the weather kind of opened up, because he was like, fuck it, like, I'm not doing this climb. And then he does the climb. So then he heard of this massive one in Alaska that I think maybe only a couple guys had done. And he was like, yeah, going to do this. Got with the film crew, and like they had all this planned and everything. And then he goes silent for like 4 months. And then they find out that he's already gone to Alaska and all this shit. So like, yeah, he's just like this weird kind of off dude, but like it's incredible. And like, I kind of went into it thinking that these guys were like these like thrill seekers, but it's kind of the opposite. Like, they do this for like peace and like finding themselves. Like, they just find themselves on the mountain. Like, they're just so at peace and comfortable with climbing up a fucking mountain with nothing.
So they have no ropes or anything.
No.
Well,
No. Like, some, like, I guess they kind of do like scouting missions, like where they'll look with binoculars and shit to see like, is there somewhere I can get to on these paths?
Yeah.
But like, some of these mountains that he was looking at, like, his map would show the mountain, and then there's like this section of ice on the mountain, but by the time you get there, that ice is completely different, because you're 2 weeks, even a month later, or
It's
whatever
ice,
it is.
yeah.
Like, it's already different ice, so like your track is completely different. And like, these dudes just figure out how to get it with their picks or whatever the hell it is to pull. It's absolutely nuts. And watch that shit high, I was like, for like like 2 hours. It was nuts.
It's just a documentary drums or a series?
Documentary. Might be 2 hours. I don't know. I was caked out of my mind.
I was kicked out of my mind.
Did you guys watch the short game yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot. I think
Was
it's
he
like I
so
said, I
funny?
thought I saw most of it, but
So funny, man.
Were you
That kid
laughing the
is
entire
so-
time?
Oh my god, Easton was just howling, man.
They're awesome, man. Those kids are so awesome.
That Kornikova Allen was unbelievable, man. Like
Was
10
that
out
about-
of 10 funny.
was that one
What about
dad as bad
Jed?
as I keep picturing him to be? Like, remembering him?
No,
He wasn't that bad.
I don't think
It was
He's
the
that
girl
bad.
actually that was bad. She was crying the whole round.
Tiger.
Yeah,
Tiger?
Tigers.
Tigers. Yeah.
Every time she'd hit a shot.
Yeah. Hey, you know,
So anyways,
you talked about like not wanting to go up the mountain. I was actually like different but the same. I'm like terrified of like walking in the bush at nighttime, like big time, plus the park. Like
Oh yeah.
I always get scared of walking in the park just in general, like in light time. And last night, and I'm gonna do it like one of these days, but there's a snowshoeing trail at Northgate. And my buddy that I met actually in the last year here, he goes up there and snowshoes with a headlight on. down
Fuck
the
that.
trails.
Fuck that.
And I was going last night, and it was too cold, so we didn't go. But I think it's like one of those things. Like I'm so worried about it that when I do it and everything's good, I think it'll be like, I don't know, or else I'll die. I mean, what if? I mean,
That's what
Whatever,
anxiety
What's
buddy.
gonna
is, my
kill
man.
you? What's gonna kill you?
That's anxiety.
apparently there's lots of cougars, but whatever. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I got to get over that fear. I have to, because it's like, why would you be scared of that with a headlamp on?
What do you mean? Why?
Yeah.
Don't talk
There's
me out
nothing
of
to
the
be
drums.
scared of. Go do it.
Don't talk me out of
Okay.
the drums.
You gotta.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah, we've been on here. I just looked at my watch. Holy smokes!
We have a final segment though. We need a name for it. So if you're listening to this and you have any ideas,
No, you can't have 2 segments. It has to start next week.
does it?
Wow, whatever. You can have 2.
Nah, screw it.
Ah,
Let's
fuck
wrap
it. We'll do it live.
Yeah, send it.
Do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this new segment is actually going to be like it's hard to even put into words, I would say.
I got an
It's gonna
idea.
be-
I got an idea for the name. Before you start,
Okay.
drums is called Culture Corner.
Yeah.
Yours could be Commerce Corner.
It's kind of too close though.
No, it's not. It's 2 totally separate.
I was thinking
things.
like money, 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 money. You know that song? Just 4 monies. Anyways, the point of it is going to be kind of like financial education or financial literacy, and kind of like a mixture of the old school way of doing it versus kind of where we are now versus where I think that we're going to, and just kind of like blend it all together. I'm going to give some different things on why I hate the current system. And then I'm going to give some things on like different crypto projects, tips on crypto, and different things, how you can just make money by essentially doing nothing. So I think it'll be a cool segment. But anyways, tonight is actually going to be the last thing that I mentioned there, which is like how to make money by doing nothing. Crazy. It's a pyramid scheme. Pay me $1,000 and I'll tell you how to do it. No, so everybody who has a browser, like a Safari browser, Chrome browser, Firefox, anything that you use the internet for, I want you guys to replace that. And I want you to replace it with a browser called the Brave browser. BRAVE, Brave browser, for a couple reasons. The first one is that you're going to earn money or earn crypto by using it. Second one, it blocks a shitload of ads for you, and it doesn't track you across the internet like Google does. So basically they pay you, you accumulate in your little wallet there. It's called BAT tokens, basic attention tokens. So essentially you get paid for your attention. And, you know, like King Golf would pay Google to run ads, and Google would take all that money. So in this world, King Golf pays Brave browser for their ads. And then you, as the person viewing these ads, gets a kickback of that. Basic attention token you get. And I mean, it's not much. I don't use my internet a whole lot, I wouldn't say. And I earned about $7 or $8 in the month of December. So it's not huge amounts, but it's enough to, like, you know, want to make you do it. So Brave browser, set it up. You can set up your wallet. If anybody needs help doing it, just send me a message and I can help you do it. There are a couple moving parts. You have to connect it to your Gemini wallet, which has to be set up, and then it just goes straight into there every month. So it's pretty cool. It's just a way of them, instead of keeping all the profits, they're paying you, you know, a small part of it, which is, I believe, how life should be.
So is it like if you're using the browser to look up TSN or whatever, like you get paid for all those visits?
Anything.
I use DuckDuckGo. Is it kind of like, is it user friendly? Is it kind of just the same thing?
Well, like drums, I use DuckDuckGo as well, but on the Brave browser, like the browser itself is like the the Internet Explorer, I guess.
It would be like
instead of- or
Firefox, Internet Explorer, Chrome, but
the
it's
browser. It's not like the search engine. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. Like I got a DuckDuckGo button.
Like
just
I
works
use
like the internet.
DuckDuckGo as my main search engine on the Brave browser.
Oh, I guess like
So
yeah,
you-
I gotcha. Yep.
So it's
So like your
both, I guess.
Safari, it would be like if your
Yes.
Safari used Google.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So Brave browser. Basically, you're earning money for doing what you're doing already. Plus, you're not getting tracked, which is a pretty big benefit in my opinion. It's
Can
like
confirm.
Rigo, you use this, right?
I do, yeah. But I don't
Yeah.
use my laptop enough to really
Yeah.
see any like if it was hooked up to my computer at work, like where I use the internet all day, every day, I would make money from it. So if somebody's got like a home business where they're on their
Yes.
computer all day, like you could make some good cash just using this as your browser for sure.
Or
Just
talk
Not
to
good. I
Foot-
shouldn't say good cash, but it's like it's more than I'm making right now
Yeah.
using Firefox at work.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So Jesus. Blacked
Get
out.
Footer to install. Like imagine that's kind of what like the cool thing would be to like if you had 15 employees and you have everybody using the Brave browsers instead of whatever they're using, times 15 by $10 a month, that's $150 a month. You could bring in pizza once a month just for using like a browser, right? Like it's
Yeah.
what like why not?
True.
Just on computer, or can you like through your phone?
It's just computer, yeah.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately, it's not on phone yet. It will be, I bet.
That's cool. Completely different.
So
It's crazy to see all
That's-
these I call them schemes because everybody's got a money making
Mhm.
scheme, but it's cool to see some of this shit actually come to fruition and work and be useful too.
Man,
I mean, it seems like a scheme, but at the same time, it's like
Yeah, I don't mean
I'm the
like
one-
somebody's trying
I'm
to
the
rip
one
you
who's-
off or whatever, but it
Yeah.
just it's,
Yeah.
like a scheme, just a way to make different way to make money, right? Yeah.
Man, I saw this thing the other day. I'm trying to think what they're called. But basically you create them on Etsy. No, you go to a different site and you create them. It's like I can't think what the hell they're called. They're like a layout. Like
oh yeah. I know what you're
what are
talking
they
about.
called?
It's a layout.
So basically, like people would use it to lay their documents out on. So basically, you go on this site and create it for free, and then you can export it. So then people are exporting it and selling them on Outlook or on Etsy for like $27 each, but they're creating them for free and then like creating their own, but they're creating such a good one for people to use
Like a good
for
what?
like their own documents. Like
So drums, like for our YouTube channel, like you know how we have like episode 60 and stuff like that, or episode 61, and then there's like a picture, and then there's like the font, and then there's like a few other things on there.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a layout of some sort, and people like a template, I guess.
Gotcha.
And
template, yes.
and so I create that on Canva for like not there's free versions of it, of course. So I do that for nothing, but people actually set it up so they would have like a wedding invite kind of thing. So they'd have
And
their
use that?
picture and then they'd have their custom dates that they could use and use that. So
Oh, that's cool.
it's pretty
And they
sweet.
sell them. They sell them on Etsy and make like 300 G's a year for nothing. You're not paying anything for it.
You still have to have all the stuff though and have the skills. to do
No,
it.
I'm not. Yeah, but there's. I'll send a.
I know what you mean
tweet a
because I've
link of it.
watched those
There's a
videos
TikTok.
before.
Yeah,
There's easier ways to make money. Just get on OnlyFans.
nobody
Especially
wants
if you
to
got
see
nice
that.
feet.
Well, did you not see that girl farting in jars that was making like 200 grand a month? Jesus
Okay, let's
Christ.
wrap this up.
Okay, well that's a completely random show.
That was a random show, but you know what? I honestly think that this is probably what we're going to be doing probably for the 2022. Like this is kind of how we started doing things, is just like having bullshitting about things and then doing our segments and stuff. So I think it's going to be like either this or like an interview or like once a month maybe. It's a very golf focused thing, but
yeah,
this is what the podcast is. Take it or FO. Go Canada.
there we go. All right,
The
let's
Olympics
wrap it up.
started
Let's peace
today.
out. Oh yeah, they start. Yeah, they do start today, right? Opening ceremony is Friday, Saturday, something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Couldn't care.
No, I know, but it'll be sweet once it starts. I think that every time they start up, but then like when the skiing's on and stuff like that, like I'll be watching the skiing.
I guess I will say this past week has made me care a little bit more. But we will see how things are next week with the medal count. See if we get any golds. We'll start a little tracker. But yeah, let's peace out for this week. Later, boys. Love ya. Peace.
See you, boys.
Love you, boys.